Well, for more now, let's bring in CBN Chief Political Analyst David Brody. David, with President Trump battling the coronavirus and seemingly doing better, has this put greater emphasis on the vice presidential debate that will take place this week?
Well, sure. I think organically it's going to, John. I don't think there's any question about it. And so then the question becomes, how big is this debate? What kind of ramifications will it have? And look, I think what you have is you have two seasoned debaters. I mean, we know Mike Pence is a seasoned debater, that's for sure. Kamala Harris is very good as well. As a matter of fact, the campaign sources I'm talking to, and you might imagine they're going into the expectations game here, but these are Trump campaign sources saying that they know Kamala Harris is going to be formidable in that debate. So already the expectation levels are being set. But yeah, no, it's a big deal, and it takes on even more added significance for sure.
David, do you think Pence's swing through some of these swing states will move the dial at all?
Well, possibly. I think it can hurt for sure. And now with the president off the campaign trail, it's going to actually be even more important. So, look, I think as we've talked about all along, Jenna and John, elections are won at the margins. And anything that this campaign, either side, Biden or Trump, can do at this point is going to be a big deal. I would just say this. Let's remember that we'll have to wait and see when the president comes back on the campaign trail, because at this point, every day is crucial. Every day that he misses is crucial. And as much as Mike Pence is in some of these battleground states, there's nothing that can replace President Trump and the energy and crowds he draws.
David, the new Supreme Court term started today, short one justice on the bench. Republicans say they're moving full steam ahead with the confirmation of Judge Amy Coney Barrett, even though two members of the Senate Judiciary Committee tested positive. David, this leaves very little margin for error here.
Very much so. There was already very little margin for error just about a week or two ago, and now even more so, or less so, in terms of a lesser margin. But look, you're going to have to somehow tie up Mitch McConnell with some rope and duct tape for him not to have this nomination go forward. It will go forward. It'll be virtual, most likely. I mean, even if it's not virtual, somehow, some way, it'll be semi-virtual with some of these senators phoning in or Skyping in, but there is no way the Republicans are going to let this opportunity go by the wayside, for sure. Bank on that.
David, so some new polling shows the majority of Americans think Biden won last week's debate. The next presidential debate is a week from Thursday. With the president, still recovering from COVID, David, do you think we'll actually see that happen?
Yeah, I do. Look, Jenna, you know President Trump pretty well, too. You know the deal. I mean, he'd want to go out there in a wheelchair if he had to do this debate. Well, then again, that would probably show weakness, according to Trump, right? But the point is that you would have to somehow keep him away from that stage and hold him back. Of course, he's going to want to be on that stage. And at this point, as long as he's got two negatives within 24 hours of each other, two negative tests, COVID tests, he'll be there. Now, the Biden campaign may balk at that and say, look, we want better safe than sorry. But I think at that point, it'll be problematic for the Biden campaign. So I think if Trump is healthy enough, which the indications are that he will be at this point, then again, we'll see in a few days. The way this campaign is going, it's like Days of Our Lives. Every day is a soap opera here. And my guess is I'm just going to, as the campaign turns, is the way I see it.
David, just about 15 seconds left, but is there more pressure on President Trump this time around?
Yeah, no, I think so. For the debate, for sure. Yeah, no, I think he didn't perform as well. He has to let Biden talk more and then strategically go in for some of his moments and be a little bit more jovial.
Right.
That's what people like about him.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens and if it happens. David Brody, thank you very much.
Thanks, David.